I've been telling people forever, keep the faith. Faith in the Orville. You got faith of the Orville, better yet. Many of you sci-fi fans, you grew up raised on being hopeful. You understood. You knew. Hey, JP knows something. He's telling us to keep the faith. The Orville's telling us to keep the faith, and you kept the faith. And I cannot be happier about that, because the Orville, we love this show. We absolutely adore it. It's the best sci-fi around. But then there are many others out there. Others that I call the internet. People that are part of the internet. The naysayers. The ones that always have that little voice in the back of their heads that say, you're going to fail. It's all going to go wrong. Don't believe in anything, because the other shoe will drop. Well, I'm not even wearing shoes, you guys. So today's the day I get to say, I told you so. I told you so. We don't have the specific details on when it's coming back, but it is coming back. We'll get to what Seth MacFarlane said in just a second here. I do want to say hello to everyone. There are many of you here right now. Sound off if you're a fan of the Orville. The little chat box right there will let you do it. Say, hey, I'm so-and-so and I love the Orville, or whatever you want to say. Well, I'm sure there's still going to be a wait, but it looks like we're getting a season 4 a little bit more officially than we've gotten before. We thought we were going to hear about this after the Hollywood strikes were over. We were led to believe that there'd be some news, and then it seems like, oh, maybe they're not allowed to have official news yet because other stuff going on. And we all know it's about waiting for Seth to finish up the things he's got to finish up so he can get back to doing more Orville. But I do have some questions. There are questions about some of the things that he said that I have that opens up the possibilities even further, in my opinion, you guys. This is from The Wrap, another website that talks about things, you guys. Seth MacFarlane says the Orville isn't canceled. He said it with his own mouth. There's no official death certificate, says MacFarlane. It's still with us, he says. The sci-fi series creator and star tells The Wrap. Oh, I could totally go for a rap right now. Ooh, what's your favorite type of rap, you guys? I'm not talking about the music. I'm talking about the food. Seth MacFarlane, the creator, writer, and star of The Orville, has offered a cryptic update on the sci-fi series Fate. All I can tell you is that there is no official death certificate for The Orville, MacFarlane told The Wrap in an interview when asked about an update on a possible season 4. It is still with us, he says. I can't go any further than that at the moment. There are too many factors, he says. He can't, well, one factor is he's supposed to be talking about Ted, promoting the new Ted series. The Orville isn't even a Peacock property yet. Ha ha ha. But the Ted series is, so that's what he's supposed to be talking about. And he seemed annoyed, you guys, that he wasn't able to say more, but he does say a little bit more here. MacFarlane's co-star, Scott Grimes, added that conversations about The Orville Season 4 began before the SAG-AFTRA and Writers Guild of America strikes. So before the strikes, they were starting to get the talks going about a Season 4. He also says, I do know that we are still talking about it. It's not dead in any sort of way whatsoever, says Gordon Malloy. It's just about when, where, and how, and building the stuff again. Some of that I have questions about. Grimes told The Wrap. I'm excited because it's one of the greatest things to work on. So I have my fingers crossed, and I know Seth wants to do it, and that usually holds a lot of power. Remember last year, and some people are still giving out old ass misinformation. People even now say Seth doesn't want to do it. Seth doesn't want to do a new season. They were saying it last year. They were saying it before Season 3 came out, when Season 3 was in production. Why do I know this? Because I get this every day on my social medias and my YouTubes, you guys. But Scott says, I know Seth wants to do it. I've told you guys I know Seth wants to do it. He's told me he wants to do it. And and Seth wants to do it, and that usually holds a lot of power, Scott Grimes says. And I hope he gets to, because it's one of his babies that he just loves, and it's a blast to work on. The update from the MacFarlane and Grimes comes after their co-stars Adrianne Palicki said she was no longer doing that. I have a prediction about the Adrianne situation. I think Adrianne will be back. I think a year or so will go by, the offer comes in, hey, we're going to be doing the new season of The Orville. Let's get you all contracted up and ready to go with us. She'll probably look around and say, hey, I don't got any crazy special roles going on right now. I don't have a big TV series. Oh, one whole year of amazing work? Yeah, sign me up. I'm going to do that. But she might have them make some amendments to a contract. Like she was talking about maybe having holding fees for when it takes way too long and they're still within the contract. Or maybe she'll have it where she can get out of the contract, or have the contract be limited where it's just when she's filming, and then, you know, once the contract's over, when the show goes into actually being edited and promoted and all stuff, then she can go do other stuff. There'll be some sort of amendment, but I don't think she's out. She might think she might be out, but I think when the offer comes in, she loves these people. They love her. They all love working together. I think she'll be back, but she'll probably be a little bit smarter with her contract, or have some provisions. You guys, it's easy. That's just the business. That's how it works. Her even saying, making it sound like she's not going to do it anymore might be a tactic to get a better contract next time. These things happen. That's how Hollywood works, you guys. Adrianne Palicki said she was no longer doing that, meaning she's just not filming The Orville. Yeah, nobody's filming The Orville right now. When asked about a fourth season of the Hulu series, during an appearance on Michael Rosenbaum's Inside of You podcast in November, Palicki proceeded to clarify that she truly doesn't know the answer as to whether The Orville will continue. Well, now we know. Seth MacFarlane says it's not done, so it's coming back, you guys. I think there's talk that it could possibly be something that certain people want to do, but it's a really difficult show to do. That's what she said. And when she said certain people, that's her kind of being, you know, diplomatic, trying to make it sound like she doesn't want to do it anymore, which at the time maybe she didn't want to. But hey, time goes by, you start missing your friends, you start missing getting one whole year of steady acting work, and I'm sure she's going to sign back up, you guys. So I wouldn't worry about that, but we'll come up with alternative solutions to that problem in case she decides not to. But everyone else seems to be on board and ready and excited. And then, yeah, just stuff we've already talked about. Talking about Jay Lee eating saltines and Gatorade because he spent all his money on his own movie. It's called being a producer. Sometimes you gotta have lean times when you're creating, you guys. But it looks like we're coming back, but we don't know when. I predicted a long time ago that at least 2025. And I actually have a story. I can't tell you the specifics, but I will tell you that someone from the Orville, I was just sending, hey, hope everything's going well. Good job with this or that. And then I said, hey, I was thinking about it. And this is back when the Orville season 3 was still airing. I said, thinking about it, how long it takes to write a season and to film a season and to edit a season, I don't see you guys being back until at least 2025. I go, but either way, I'll be here waiting. Something like that. Something nice. Not 2 minutes later, my phone is ringing. I just said that one thing, and my phone is ringing, and talking to the Orville, and they're saying, look, there is no Orville without Seth. So when Seth is ready, that's when there's going to be more Orville. I understood that right away. It made sense. I already thought about that before having the conversation. But just saying that in an innocent text, hey, hope everything's well, boom, instant phone call. And I was like, what? Did I step on a landmine or something? But yes, the Orville looks like it's coming back, you guys. But we don't know if it's going to be, I think it's going to be a full season. But by full season, I don't know how many episodes that means in this day and age. It could mean 6, it could mean 10, it could mean 12. So Scott Grimes says it's just about when they're able to do it. That's when Seth is free, and I'm sure most people will be free to get started. Where, that's the one that I'm like, where? Does that mean where do they film it? Do they film it at a Hulu studio? Do they film it at a Disney studio? I don't think they'll be filming it at Fox Studio anymore. So I don't know if Disney will be the carrier of the Orville when it's time to get back to space, you guys. I think, like I've said before, Disney, I think, is the best platform for a sci-fi series like that, especially one that's loved all around the world. But I would love it if the Orville went to Peacock, where Seth already works. That's Seth's boss's Peacock, NBC. Would love it if he was able to bring the Orville under one house, under one roof, the Peacock roof, you guys.
Egotastic fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.